What up, fight fans? This is Squared Circle Productions coming with my new rant. This is the update of the TJ Dilashaw, Dominick Cruz UFC Bantamweight Championship fight. Okay, before I get into that one, I just want to give a shout out to Eddie Alvarez, man, winning your fight against Anthony Pettis. You're one step closer to a championship fight. I remember you, man, when you was in Bellator, you know. You always brought it there, and you're bringing it in the UFC. And good luck. I hope you have continued success, and that you eventually get that UFC title shot and that you win the championship, man. To represent for all them dudes that came up out of other promotions, man, besides Strikeforce and the WEC. But congratulations on your win. But now getting into that Cruz Dilashaw fight. Like I said in my preview, I didn't really want to go in and really just, you know, co-sign Cruz, because my one thing I was worried about was his layoff, and I was trying to figure out how was this dude gonna stop this bum rush that I knew that TJ Dilashaw was gonna come with, because dude's very explosive. And I didn't know if he would be able to handle the explosiveness of Dilashaw. I mean, I do believe that Cruz fought the wars and had the overall experience. But that layoff, you know, a lot of times, man, I mean, like, things evolve. And fighters, you know, what fighters was doing, especially in a sport like MMA, what fighters was doing 5 years ago, and guys that looked unbeatable 5 years ago, man, they has-beens. You know, them dudes is retired. There's a whole new crop of guys coming up. So the learning curve is a little bit more accelerated. So I didn't know if dude was going to really be able to hang with what dude was going to throw at him. Not that he hadn't seen that type of thing before, but just to the level that dude would maybe turn it up a notch. But man, dude, I gotta give Cruz, man, his props. Dude's head movement was off the chain. His footwork was good. His movement, man, overall, man, he looked like a sweet scientist, man. You know, honestly, man, he looked like a boxer, man. The way he was slipping punches and dodging and, you know, deflecting, and he was throwing nice little combos, man. And when Dilashaw tried to bully him, you know, when he tried to like really rush him and bully him, dude, man, he had no answer for it. Dude was it was like the bull against the matador, man. Dude was just sidestepping him so easily. He's making it look easy. Dilashaw had never been took down, from what they were saying. He had never even been took down in none of his fights. And dude took him down like 5 or 6 times in the fight, man. I mean, it was something when they got on the ground, and when one time when Dilashaw did kind of get the advantage, dude worked his way back out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I don't like about MMA is they don't let you grab that fence. But, man, you know, I mean, I guess, man, it gives you somewhat of an advantage, you know, or maybe if the guy's already controlling the person and he holding on to the fence to gain more leverage. But, I mean, you know, if you're the one getting it put on you, I mean, I think it would help you a little bit, you know. I mean, why have the cage there if a dude ain't going to grab it? You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, I mean, it's what it is. But Herb Dean was a referee. He was like, hey, man, he warned him like 2 or 3 times. And then the last time he warned him, he said, man, I'm going to take a point from you. If you grab that, he said, you grab that fence one more time, that cage one more time, I'm going to take a point from you. And so dude didn't, but he came close a couple times. He just rested that hand up on that mug. But, I mean, he fought his way up out of that, too. And he pretty much dominated Dilashaw, man. I mean, he made it look easy. You know, dude won a split decision. I mean, it was like 49, 46 on 2 cards. One for Dilashaw, one for Cruz. And then, I think, 48-47 for Cruz. And he won by a split decision. But, man, honestly, to be honest with you, I felt like dude won like 4 rounds easily. You know, you could maybe, I mean, because like the first 2 rounds, honestly, I think Dillashaw only won like one round. For real. And even that was close. You know what I'm saying? The 4th round, he turned it up a little bit because he got some leg kicks in, and dude looked like he was bothered by it. You know what I'm saying? But he still did enough, I felt like, to possibly win the 4th round. And the 5th round, I still think that Cruz did it, because that was where you really had to make a mark. If you want to make a case for winning the fight, you would really have to just dominate that round. So, I mean, he didn't, and the judges still called it a split decision, and it was still really, really close. So, but that's not the fight I saw. But, so it had Dillashaw dominated that last round, and it was a clear-cut domination, they might have found some way to finagle dude out of this victory that he deserved by going in here, man, and really just making this dude that they done hyped up to be this indestructible guy, and he pretty much had been indestructible. But then again, I mean, it's nobody really on that level. He hadn't faced nobody like a Dominick Cruz, who once again had fought the wars. And like Cruz said in the post-fight interview in the ring, the in-ring post-fight interview, he said, man, it wasn't that dude really threw nothing at him that he hadn't seen, because he said, all the fighters that he fought previously, he learned things from him. He said even though he don't really like Uriah Faber, he was Faber or whatever, he was saying that dude made him a better fighter. And he said, and then when now fighting Dilashaw, he said he's even better. And I mean, to be honest with you, when you got a person that's been thrown to the wolves and really come up out of that mud, smelling like roses, and still got that bone in his mouth, and he didn't been in the wolf pit, and he still come out and emerge with his bone in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? What does that say? So, but, I mean, Dillashaw really he lost confidence after that 2nd round. After the 2nd round, the dude was still just easily slipping his punches and was pretty much answering anything he did. And dude really looked uncomfortable. He was rushing things. Then he said, well, I'm stronger than you. But he really didn't prove that he was. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there was a couple of times he threw some kicks. He got some kicks in and whatnot, but dude took it and really still popped him back every time. So, and that's what it should be. And for the most part, it was a stand-up fight, which is even more of a blessing for, those of us who like boxing and things of that nature. It was pretty much a stand-up fight. When he went to the ground, wasn't none of that on the ground forever. I mean, they boom, come back up. It was pretty much they neutralized each other. And when the ground thing wasn't working, they both broke off each other and got up and was swinging as they was coming back up. You know what I'm saying? And Cruz, man, he did a real good job of not letting Dilashaw dominate the fight in any real stretch. I mean, there was maybe some points in a round where dude maybe was, gaining a little momentum, but he didn't just let this dude dominate like 2 minutes of a round or nothing like that. I mean, it was nip and tuck the whole way, and Cruz was really just clearly dictating the pace and the tempo that the fight was fought at. And Dilashaw, man, I knew something was going to be some bull crap at the end when, the bell rings for the end of the round, and Dillashaw's doing this crap like, yeah, and throwing his hands up like, yeah, man, I'm like, dude, are you serious, man? You got your ass whooped. I'm like, man, dude, what are these dudes doing? So I said, well, man, now they might try and do something funny with the judging. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, does this dude really believe he won? I mean, no. And like I said, they still scored that fight a lot closer than what it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I can make a case and say that Cruz won every round. And like I said, at best 3-2. But to be honest with you, man, it looked like dude might have beat him 4-1. You know, that's my personal opinion, you know. But like I said, yeah, y'all don't want me to be a judge on a lot of these fights. I'm telling you, because I like boxing, 7-5, 7-5, 7-5. 7 rounds of 5. I'm one of them 7-5 guys right there. If you don't clearly dominate a guy and beat the brakes off him, hey, 7-5. You know, if it's close or whatever, and I see a person maybe nudge him out. So that's just how I tend to look at the fights and stuff. But again, man, congratulations to you, Cruz, man. You impressed me with that, man, and you know, keep up the good work. Dilashaw ain't got nothing to be ashamed of, man. Learn from that and come back. And man, you know, a year from now it'll be a great rematch. I don't think you should rematch this year, cause dude schooled you. He schooled you. He schooled you something fierce. And to be honest with you, man, I know you feel like you saying you feel like you won. But when you go back and look at that film, and you look at that tape, you're gonna see, man, where this dude really just schooled you. And I think you need a year. You know, get a couple more fights up under your belt. Get a year before you challenge this dude again, you know. But anyway, congratulations, UFC. It was very good, very entertaining fight. Peace out. One love.